Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved here on the Adrera Evolved server. Thank you for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Should we all just agree now to ignore what happened at the end of last episode? That was a bit of an embarrassing death. I completely misjudged how far away I was from that behemoth gate and ended up getting off my griffin, and it landed and killed me in the process as well. So yeah, we did end up taming that Giga in the end, and Amberly took control of it. She ended up having the last hit on it, so she got a tame. I really don't mind that at all, though. I don't class it as like stealing a tame or whatever. It means that she's got a very good dinosaur over there to help protect her base from anything that attacks. It at least gives her a bit of warning if another Giga does spawn right on top of her. She has a bit of time to escape from that. So yeah, today we're actually going to get on with some building that we were supposed to do at the end of last episode. So I have built up a little bit of a floor plan for what we're going to build today. Up on the top over there, and we're going to be building a nursery today, I think, somewhere where we can actually start breeding up some of these dinosaurs. As you can see, I've got a lot of different breeding pairs around here, just kind of left out in the open. All of these different ankylosaurs I've got to sort out and put into the smart breeding app. I've got a couple of Dodicks and these Quetzes up here, and inside we've got just kind of juvenile pteranodons just lying all over the place. And one up there, and yeah, there's all kinds of stuff all over the place that we don't need. We've also got the hatchery over here in one place, and the nanny in the birthing room over here in another, and it just doesn't really make much sense. It means we have a lot of clutter in here. We can get rid of all of these dinosaurs from in here and actually start moving out of this place. So I'll take you over to where we're actually going to be building. Just up here, and you can see the floor plan of what I have set out. And so this is quite a large building, but I do want it very big. And the first kind of layer we're going to build today is going to be relatively boxy as well. But as the tower grows, then we'll try and lose some of that boxiness and start putting some shape into it. Anyway, this platform here is a little bit special in that it's not all foundations. Underneath it I have hollowed it out, and I've added in here a secret door. So if we head through into here, this gives us some nice storage area down here. It also allows us to hide a lot of the infrastructure, some of the cabling that we're going to need in here. And it also allows us to capture some of the babies if they do fall through the foundations. There has been since Ark's inception really, been a bug where the rendering engine renders in dinosaurs before it renders in buildings. And so as you're flying over, there is a chance that some dinosaurs will fall through the foundations. Luckily they've taken out the bug where then the dinosaurs will start taking suffocation damage, which was never fun. You'll come back and start finding your dinosaurs are dying because they're suffocating in the foundations that we've just fallen through. However, this alleviates all of those, and we can actually walk the babies out of here through this secret door. We may need to take it off its hinges every time we do, but that's no problem. And then we can bring them back into the building. So we're going to build this in quite a special way, which I will show you right now. So before we actually start building the actual building itself, we need to put some of the infrastructure in place. So I'm going to want electricity in here. I'm eventually going to want water as well, but we'll worry about that later on. And I also want to put up some walls as a kind of cavity wall around the outside. This is going to be a 12 by 12 in total, which is 12 by 12 across from here, and we've got one extra out in the corner, so it's 14 by 14 here. And so if we think of this as the corner of the building here, what we can do is put down a stone ceiling from S Plus on top of that, which will allow us to put a generator snapping down on top of it. If we take it off, it won't snap down onto these, but as soon as we put it onto here, it snaps straight into place, and then we can take off the stone ceiling from underneath it, and that stays exactly where it is. Now underneath that, again, if we take this away from the generator, it won't snap anywhere. However, when we put it next to the generator, it snaps right in place. And we can actually now, I'm not exactly sure where I want the generator to be, so I'm going to pick that up, and then we can actually lay in all of these cables now. So I also have another 36 of them, which should do all of this. Oops, not that one, the other one. So I'm looking at number 7. If I just mix these around, so that's on number 4, that's on number 5, put that away, that'll make it a lot easier. So if we're looking at number 4, all the way across to the other end here. And so now this will be the next corner, so we put 5 in there for the intersection, and then we can just carry on along here. Now these are going to be doors, but it doesn't matter if they go across the doors because we can hide all of these S+ cables. So again, this is a corner, so we're at number 5 on there. And this is going to go right the way in front of these doors. What I might also be able to do is put in a vertical cable and actually put the generator underneath. But if I remember rightly, now we should be able to place this generator, yeah, just straight on top of any of these. So we shouldn't worry too much about where we want to place the generator yet, because we can work it out later on once all the walls are in place. And now all the cables are in place, we can put the power outlets in. So we'll put one in each corner and one in the centre. And so if we have a look where the centre is on here, it's about this one here. One over here. Now these S+ outlets do have quite an extended range. I'm not exactly sure how much it is, but it is quite far, and I don't think we can actually see either. Hide nearby wires, disable sparks, no we can't. But I do want to disable the sparks on all of these, so I'll go around and do that as well. Once all these are in place, I need to put some walls in on top of these cables. The disable sparks on that one, in the centre of here somewhere, I think there, and disable sparks. I'm not sure if I want to keep this as stone on here, and there are a lot of other materials here we can have a look through later as well. I've just thought of that now. There's a lot we can try and do with this to make it look quite unique. So I'll just put the last few of these in. Disable sparks. And that one there. Did I put that on? Yeah, I'll pick that one up again. And put it there. And disable sparks. So that's probably overkill for what we're going to need electricity wise. It should work on all of them. However, I want to have as much kind of range as possible with these things. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at these walls we're going to put in. And I want them to be in the centre of this foundation line here. So not on this corner, or not on this edge of it, and not on this edge of it, but exactly where the cable is in the centre of it. And the way we're going to do that is by using some vanilla pillars and the ceilings from the keep. So if we place one of these, where we should be, about there, I think that will do it. And then these ones, I'll just show you the difference between the regular vanilla, or the S+ ones, will fit into the centre of these pillars. And the reason why I'm using these pillars is because if we look at the height difference between a wall in S+ and vanilla and a wall in this mod, these walls are slightly bigger, and so it wouldn't work using these pillars. So we pick that up and we put a keep ceiling Ah well, grab another one. There we go. So we put a keep ceiling on the corner there. And you can see this is now just over the centre line here. And so now we can drop a S plus window wall down there. And that is outwards. I think that is exactly where I want it. And now we can pick up that. Can we not pick up that ceiling? I'll get rid of it. Oh yeah, baby. Ah, no. That's a problem. I thought that would stick onto the foundation here, but obviously it doesn't. I'm going to have a look at a couple of ways of trying to do this. I hadn't tried that before. I just wanted to see if it would work, and obviously it doesn't. So yeah, I'm going to have a little play around, see if I can work out how to do it, and I'll get right back to you. So this actually turned out to be a bit easier than first thought. I don't need the pillars at all, and the pillars raise it up just a little bit too tall for it to be able to snap onto the floor. So to get it absolutely perfect, you need to place a wall on the outside there, and then you can place one of these ones just there, one of the keep ceilings just there, so that it's halfway between them. And now you can place one of these walls right there, and then you can take the ceiling away and this away. Use these as scaffolding. And I'm hoping I don't have to do that all the way along. I'm hoping that I can now use one of these, and hopefully it'll have a snap point. But it does not look like it does. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, unless I can bring them up and out. No. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do, and I'm not going to do this on camera because it's going to take quite a long time to do now, is put all of these in around the edge, around this outer edge here, leaving a gap for the doors on this side and on this side. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. There we go. Now that we have the walls in, we can come down and start putting the air conditioners in. There's 34 air conditioners in total, so we are going to be able to incubate pretty much any egg in here anywhere within the building, because these only have quite a short range actually. And I've found that even the amount that I've got isn't enough to incubate the eggs kind of in the porchway area. They have to be over one side and they can't be incubated on the other side. And so I'm hoping that this will allow us to have a very big area in which we can incubate eggs. So I think it should be 34 in total, if I've worked it all out right. And that should be it, yeah. So there is all of the air conditioners in. I'm not sure where I'm going to want to put this generator. So what I think I'll do now is I will start working on the walls. Now the walls are obviously going to be double thick, similar in style to the big walls we've got. That's the fuel for the generator, so it is in here. And the main bulk of the walls is going to be these behemoth gates. Now these are 10 wide, 10 foundations wide, which is why I've done the building 12 foundations wide and 14 on the corners, so that we can now come back around about here and press K. A little bit further back, and we want that to be just there. I think that is just about perfect. And so this is going to be kind of the main size of the building. I don't really want the first floor to go much above this at all. And so once I get the other ones in, you'll be able to see just how big this thing's going to be. And if I'm right, I really hope this is the case, these air conditioners will still pump out the air into this building and not just trap it within this cavity. And so I'm going to put a second gate in here. That will want to be... is it there? No, it's one further over. So it should be... there. No, I've done it again. Try that once more. Right, so that it's touching. That's not right. That is right. So it touches each other on the corner there, and put the back one up. Again, need to push it right up to there. No, that actually snapped out of place. Might be easier to do this in K mode. So we'll see. Yes, it's much easier to do it in K mode. So that one goes into there. And now the last one across here, which I think is just perfect there. Yes, it is. So now we've got those up. You'll be able to see in here now, this is kind of the area we'll be working with in here. But we don't want these to be shown. So I'll put the door in now onto this side and change it over to redwood and put disable auto closing on. So this will be the door. No, it's disable auto. Let's disable it auto opening as well for now, just so it's nice and easy to get in and out. And now can put the inner shell in, which we can do with a load of these, and let's grab the other doors as well. So I may end up coming back to this and putting in kind of window walls and stuff on the outside, but for now I just want to get the kind of the main walls on it. And so we can add in these ones across. I'm going to have diagonals going up on here to give it a little bit of shape so that it's not completely boxy. And then on this side I also want these to be there and there. But on the inside, of course, it doesn't matter. We can save on resources and put these ones straight across, because they're not going to be seen from the outside at all. We can also put one on here, number 4, onto there. And these add a kind of a bit of a cladding to this, so the pillars come through, but the walls don't. Now, do I want to put a line of regular ones through? Yes, I think I do. So what I'm going to do is put a line of single walls across the top of this, and then put the triple walls back on top of that. Just trying to think of exactly what I'm doing whilst I'm talking you through it. It's the first time I've done a kind of big building project like this on Ark whilst trying to commentate on it, so I'm trying to do the best I can, but usually I will take walls out and put walls in and just change things around exactly like when I'm doing it. Like I don't like that, so I'll take this out. On this side we're going to put some doors in there and there, but not like that. We want them to be on the other side so it snaps perfect. There we go. And another one there, another one there. And then on the outside here we want the doors again. Like that, and like that. And then we won't be able to put these ones on yet because we only want 2 there. So how many do I have more of these? 22. I think that is for the outside here. Want one there and one there. Just go around the outsides of them, just make sure that all of these are capped off. Yep. And so now you can really start to see the size of this place and get a slight idea of what it's going to look like when it's all enclosed. So we come back, grab some more walls, and we will finish off the cladding of this. Well, while building this, I've realised how much of a benefit this withen actually is for building. You can see the range we've got on it here. We can get all of these walls in and not have to move. So that's good. Anyway, we are coming to the end of this, what looks like a cage at the moment now. And there we go. And so now we've got to put the roof on it. I have had to take out the 3 tall walls, the 3x3 walls, and add in regular walls instead. God, the turning circle on this thing's crazy. Because they can't be changed in the... you can't change the pattern on them. And one thing I'd quite like to do is... this is something I actually want your input on as well. Is... this looks very plain at the moment. If we close the doors, you can get the effect of that as well. So at the moment we've just got this huge door and a lot of grey. Well, I'd like to change that if possible. And we've got this gun here and we can change the different styles of the walls. And the one I was thinking of was having it as wood. And so it would look like this. And I'll go around and I'll do each of the sides in a different style so you can see what the styles are like. And so if we do this bit as well. And so I do like the wood and it has quite a nice effect on it, and that is kind of my first choice, I think. However, there are a few others we can try. Let's see what else there is. So this is the regular stone. We have the mossy stone here, which I don't think is any good, so I'm going to veto that. We have sandstone. We have hellfire, which would make it look very, very strange, I think. I'm not too sure I'd like that, especially when it comes to the doors. If we have a look at the hellfire door, we saw it in last episode at Kylar's base. And take that off. And if we put this onto hellfire on the door, it starts looking very, very strange, and then at night it looks even weirder as this starts glowing. And I'm not really looking at making a kind of really dark, mysterious base. I want it to look more kind of traditional medieval, I suppose. And so, yeah, I don't think the hellfire. Let's see what else there is. You press R or reload to change the different styles. Then we have the red granite, which I think might look okay. Unfortunately, we can't change the behemoth gate, and I'm in 2 minds about whether to keep them in. I do quite like the patterns that it gives though, so I'll keep them in for now. So we have the red granite. And then on this one I will do, let's see what else there is. What's the next one? Well, this one's very strange. This is the, what is it, the dark matter I think it's called.
But again, I think it's a bit too dark and mysterious, and kind of it would work in the backfield by the Wyvern Cage, by the Wyvern Ridge, but I don't think over here it would work that well. And then we have the obsidian, which I do like, but in bulk I think gets a little bit samey. I think it would be the same as the stone. It will just be very grey. But I do like the effect of the obsidian. And then the next one is the wood. So actually, thinking about it, I don't really need too much input in it, because the wood is by far and away the best effect for this. So if we just go all the way along, yes, I need to do these as well. So I will go all the way along and sort all of this out. While I'm here, I want to pick up some, I need to take him away because he's in the way. I'll come up and into here, we can put these walls away and grab some of these pillars, because we've got these little nubs of the walls inside, and we need to put some pillars up on the side here in order to get rid of that. And so that creates quite a nice effect. I think for now I will leave that as the actual pillars. What I can do is I can come onto here and go to wood, and we can actually change these to wood if we want to. But I think I do quite like the stone effect on these. So I'm going to leave these as stone. There we go. And do that. Let's just go around blasting all these with this. And once we've done this, we can start changing out some of these walls for windows as well, and kind of doing the more fancy work on the outside, because I still think, even though it looks better than the stone, this still looks a bit busy. It looks even more busy than the stone actually, and so it needs some kind of big window in the centre of it, or a couple of big windows, maybe some on the side here as well if we can get some decent windows for the diagonals. Take it off that. And number 4. I'll put these up 4 high, that's how far I can reach myself, and then I'll come round on the Wyvern to put the rest of them in. So go to 8, and every time you do this you need to reset the gun. Red granite, wood, definitely wood. The unfortunate thing is that with the wood I can't change these, because there is no option for wood at the moment within the gateways. So we're going to still have the stone on these. So I may have a look at what the villager tier ones look like with this, and I'll just swap them out. When we get the roof on it, the ceiling, then we should be able to take these out without these walls falling down. So at the moment, if we did, all the walls would fall down. Nearly done with this actually. Not too much more to go. It's nice that this gun has got a huge amount of range as well. Get the last of this. And there we go. Is that everything? Yep. Let's put the pillars on here. And come up onto the top. So 4 high is as tall as I can reach. And I need to hide that outlet as well. I have actually put a generator in, and that is behind a little secret door here. We can go in and we can see the generator here. I may put another wall behind it to hide this. I think that'll look a bit better in there. And then inside, I think for now I'm going to leave it as stone inside. I think that might be okay. I haven't quite decided what I want to do with it inside yet. So we'll leave it as a blank canvas. And so now we can grab the ribbon and go around and do the rest of the pillars. And I think I will just have enough as well here. And the last one. There we go. Now all that's left to do, for today at least, is to put the roof on. And again we're going to need the women's help for this. So if we come into here, we can put that pillar away and grab a load. Actually, if I grab all of these, I should be able to stick those ones on there. And that. And grab these ones out as well. And I think, apart from the gates, which we can do later, that'll be this done. I think this is all I want to do on it today, because I haven't really quite worked out what I want to do on the next floor up. I haven't worked out how to actually get up there either. So with this now we should be able to put one of these, let's see, there, and then work off of that one. And then once we've got enough of these in, then I should be able to land on the top of it. It's a bit awkward because they like to snap in the corners, well, at the kind of the, in the centre of the walls at the top. So unless you get it perfect, then they can be difficult to place, the first few of them. And just get this one in. Come on, there we go. And that should be enough to be able to go up and land on the top of it. And see if my aim is any good. Seems good, yes, excellent. And we're okay to get off here. Come down. And we just place all of these in. I'm going to place them over these as well. How many have we got? 37. Yeah, that's the annoying bit there. So I can pick that up and carry on. We'll leave the corner bits for now. We'll go over the gate as well. At least that completes the lap. If I put a couple more here, I can bring the ribbon a bit closer to the centre, and I can get the far side of it. Pull these triangular ones out, and I think I should have the right ones here. I've been playing around with trying to work out which ones you need in different spaces, and it doesn't seem to follow any real pattern, but when I was trying this out before, this seemed to be the right way. So that one there. And for some reason this corner, when I was testing it, seemed to be the other type of triangle rather than the other one, but obviously not this time. Okay, so I've got one wrong, so which one do I need? This is the right, so I need a left. We can get one of those, that's no problem. Whoa, almost walked off then. That would have been bad. Ah, lag spike. And that's us run out. Got 50 left. Will that be enough? I hope so. Yeah, it should be. Nine left, yes. Easy. And there we go. I'll just head back, grab that left one that I need. And we can start doing the interior of it. I think for now, so that this doesn't look too weird, what I'm going to say is that the first 3 rows, or first 3 walls, will be stone, and then it will be wood from then on. And if we carry that on around the building here, it shouldn't look too bad. Let's go all the way around. I know there's a lot of repetitive stuff in this episode, but that's kind of the nature of building an ark. And there we go. So that should make it look a little bit less weird at the kind of the side here. And it should break up the wood as well. So now we can put some windows in to break it up even further, and the columns actually do break it up as well. So we may put some more pillars in, and inside it definitely does look quite bare inside. So what I might do is let's just try this with the wood. We do the same in here. Why won't that one go? Ooh, that's still... that must still be a 3 tall one. But it can't be. I thought I changed them all, but this definitely is not. If I... this is going to take... it might destroy some stuff. No, it is. It is a keep wall. And so is that, and so is that. So I'm not sure why that wasn't working. Let's grab the ribbon again to put these back in. Yeah, I'm going to fill all of that in with wood inside, and I'll come back to you. So there we go. It was targeting the behemoth gate instead of the walls. Must have put these in the wrong way around when I put them in. I had to take it out and put it back in again. No problem with that. I did also try the changing the ceiling to wood, and I've decided not to, because I've found that the underside of the ceilings are directional. So you can see all of these are the same way, but then when we go to these ones, they're not. And so this won't do for the ceiling. I'd have to go through and make sure that all of the ceilings were placed down in exactly the same way, and I don't particularly fancy like doing that now, so we're just going to for now keep them as stone. See how that brightens it up in here a bit as well, actually, quite like that. So the last thing we need to do is put the doors on. I've only got 2 doors, so I'm going to put them on the outside. Oh wonderful, it's raining again. I've recorded this bit, or tried to record this build so many different times today. It's taken me far longer than it really should have done, because every time I've come to build, say every kind of 3rd or 4th time I've tried to press record, it started raining. And yeah, I don't like doing it in the rain. I've said it so many times. Don't like building in the rain. Don't like playing this game in the rain. So can't wait for the next map update to come out. Disable auto closing, disable auto opening, and close it. So we're going to put these ones on the outside. We're not going to put any on the inside. Gates. Disable auto opening, disable auto closing, and close. So yeah, I will head back to base. I'll get some of the interior stuff that was going to be needed in here, and I'll see you in a minute. Well, here we have, for now at least, what will be the finished article for today. We put battlements on the top, and then round the front I've changed it a little bit so that we have a nice little lip on the top, or a nice little kind of thing on the top, just to stop it from being just a straight line across the top. I've added some depth into the ceiling there, and I think it's looking quite nice. I put some decoration in, a sign, a couple of little decor things in for now, and I've added in a switch here, and I've put one more line of walls in on each side as well, so it does hide the door when it's open. We head inside and we can see we have feeding troughs and stalls along all of the walls there. There's 3 feeding troughs in at the moment. We may find we need more, but it should be absolutely fine. The nanny kind of has to be here so that she reaches every area of the room. I tried putting her against the wall, but it didn't reach the corners, those 2 corners over there. Behind her we have the hatchery, a bit more storage, and in this area over here we have a fridge and the generator in there that you've seen. Now in here, if I close the door just so we don't get the noises from outside, and in the centre of the room, which is the furthest spot away from all of the air conditioners, you'll see that we actually have a huge amount of hyperthermic and hypothermic insulation, 13,500 and 12,800, so we shouldn't have any problems at all in incubating any of the eggs. We should even be able to do wivens in here just by putting them on the floor. Shouldn't be any problem with that. I haven't really tried by the sides. This is actually not being affected as much by the ones over there. So if I try it here, we can see it's actually lower. So the centre of the room is actually the warmest place, or the most insulated place. And that's exactly what I wanted in here. I wanted this to be quite overboard in the way of the insulation. Anyway, for the final little bit today, hopefully this will be good. I've been waiting for quite a while to be able to get a decent quet, and this is the latest egg, so we're going to hatch this now in the first of the stalls. This is going to be the first baby. The nanny does have a decent amount of meat and some honey in her, so we'll have no problem raising this, and in this feeding trough here we have plenty of meat as well for when it grows up to be a juvenile. So here's hoping we get a high level female. This is exactly what we want. A level 247 female is what we want. Anything else is being euthanized, because we don't need anything other than a 247 female. So I'll get my euthanasia gun out just in case, and I'll get this one out as well. So we have a 243. Don't really care what it is female, but we already have one. So you, I'm afraid, are gonna die. So unfortunately, building a new big thing like this didn't raise our luck any further, and we're gonna keep on breeding these Quetzals until we finally get a level 247 female. This is the 5th Quetzal today that I've killed, because it wasn't a 247 female. We had triplets before, and it's just not good enough for what we want. Anyway, that is everything for today. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.